I had a quiet day yesterday and deliberately didn't sit at my desk all day. Caught up on a bit of reading. And I had a look at an article or a chapter by Pierre Trudeau, um, who studied large groups and thought about what was the dynamics of what was happening in them. And he talks about the difference between when you go from a small to a large group. And he said the essential point is that with such numbers, the group can no longer be face to face. And it really rang a chord with me because I've been sitting in Zoom meetings. I've done online meetings for many years, but obviously in the last 4 weeks, it's the 22nd of April now. Everyone is meeting online in my world. So that idea that large groups or groups can no longer be face to face is completely different now. If you're on a Zoom or a Teams call, invariably, if it's a small group, okay, that's more sort of normal. But as you move into the team meetings and the town halls, you can no longer be invisible, interestingly. You can and you can't. So it just made me wonder about what it's doing to us as we join these meetings and what it's doing to the group. Bettina Rana did a video note earlier this week about the sense of exhaustion that people are feeling at this time, and relating it to the energy that's taken in coping with the loss associated with this sort of dramatic change everyone has been through. And I think there's a lot to be thought about in that. I also think there's an aspect of, in these meetings now, that the fact that you can't, it's harder to slide in, it feels harder to slide into the background because you are face on to people predominantly. If you're on video, you see little headshots of everyone paying attention. There's much to look at. We're not in that neutral meeting room environment. Is it any wonder that this group experience is different? And maybe it explains why some people are struggling with the technology. Perhaps that struggle is a reflection of the anxiety that it's an unparalleled, weirdly at this distant time, we've got an unparalleled level of connection because of this kind of technology. And that's naturally going to be pushing some buttons in, unconscious buttons in individuals. So I think before these times, I would have guessed that everyone in a big meeting should join by video so they could be part of the team and see everybody and feel involved. And maybe that's the case. I just think it's time that we start thinking about that.